Howdy. Uh, that was a weird way to start. Uh, Hello, everybody. This is Tetrafolium. Back for another video on the Turn 17 Rocks Season 2 Draft League. Keep in mind that this is the final week before the trade deadline. So if I'm going to make any moves, or if anybody's going to make any moves, it's got to be right after this game, right after your game is played, whatever. Um, So I'm playing against the Virbank Complex Construction. I think that's the right order of that name. Um, they've turned into a rain team from a LARP team. Still a decent LARP, I think, but a little bit more scary than it might have been in week one. In particular, the two threats are Urshifu Rapid and Arcaludon. Thank God I don't have to play against Barrascuda or Kingdra. Those two would be really crazy. But Urshifu and Arcaludon are definitely like very strong. I mean, Arcaludon just got banned recently in OU for its strength, so clearly it's got some sauce. Um, as far as my team goes, this is probably not the most serious team I could build if I'm being honest. Basically, my goal is to come in with Whiscash and spike up. For this particular set, I'm max special defense so that I don't let Arcaludon come in and do anything for free. I've got Terra Dragon because that resists all of the water type moves that could be coming my way. Um, and I'm actually running Rest because of the ability Hydration. If he sets the rain up for me, I can rest and I'll get my health back and won't be asleep right at the end of the turn. So it's basically a full recover with no drawback as long as the rain is up, which I anticipate the rain is going to be up for most of the game. I think he's probably going to lead Pelipper and just let me have it. Makes sense. Uh, I've got Screens Jirachi. Not much to say about it really, other than uh, I've got just a little bit of speed and psychic in case I need to hit an Urshifu. Although Urshifu with like a choice band, Surging Strikes does a lot to Jirachi, especially when I've got no defense. Tropicos is kind of an alternate win con, I guess you could say, where I've got the Choppleberry on just in case I take any sort of damage. Maybe if he like sets up a rocks that I'm not prepared for, I actually like if you see I don't have any removal on this team. I'll still have enough to survive a close combat. Now, I don't know if I have enough to survive a Surging Strikes, but c'est la vie. I've got max speed so that I'm faster than an Adamant Urshifu. That's basically it for this set. Thunder is my coverage move because if the rain is up, then might as well throw those thunders off. Big Hades, the Muck. He's got Toxic Spikes. I'm going to stack a lot of hazards this game. I've got Knockoff with Poison Touch so that I can maybe spread another poison around. Protect to get myself some HP back just in case. Notably, I probably don't want to mess around clicking Protect against Urshifu. A, because its ability bypasses Protect, and B, because I don't want it to bulk up or Swords Dance or get too shiced. As my sort of last ditch on both, I guess you could say, not really Arcaludon as much because I don't have much in special defense, if any at all. But I do have Hydrapple to try to take on Urshifu in a super last ditch effort. It won't work if it has Ice Punch, but you know, just in case, I've got eject button on this. The idea with this team really is I'm gonna lead spikes. I'm gonna get up screens. I might get some toxic spikes, and then Hydrapple is just to come in and take a hit so that I can position La Superba, the Deoxys-Speed, to sweep. Um, I'm really trying to just get as many kills as possible with Deoxys-Speed. Is this the most consistent strategy to win this matchup? No. Am I possibly gonna take a loss due to some inconsistency? Maybe, but like I'm trying to get into the MVP race, so that's basically what this is. Focus Blast from a on a Spadef or like an Assault Vest, Archaludon. It's actually a 2-hit KO, possible 1-hit KO after a +1 Calm Mind, depending on his stuff. Now, if he's max HP, max special defense with an Assault Vest, then I don't know what to do about that. But he's been running Power Herb Meteor Beam as of late. I don't know what that's for, but okay. I'm not faster than a Scarf Urshifu, so I will maybe try to scout for that early on. Yeah, I definitely don't want to lose my Deoxys-Speed to a Scarf Urshifu, but I hope that with a Hazard Stack and Terapagos and Hydrapple, that I can maybe get out of jail free on that one. The reason why I think a Hazard Stack is going to be really strong against this team is looking at his guys. He like does not have a spinner or hazard removal. So yeah, that was a little scatterbrained, but I hope the game is not as scatterbrained. All right. I mean, Hydrapple was the first pick on my team. I had to use the Kieran battle theme at some point, right? Um, in any case, we're into the battle, and I see basically the usual suspects that I anticipated. Ludicolo, um, Pelipper, Urshifu, Archaludon. The last two, Tinkaton and Sableye, seem pretty reasonable. It was at this point that I realized that my Deoxys actually does not have a move to touch Sableye at all. So I can't just go into a Calm Mind sweep like that. Even if he gives me a free turn to Calm Mind, and I'm gonna point out some turns that it seemed pretty free for me to Calm Mind, but I couldn't because Sableye would stop the sweep. In any case, let's get into the battle. I'm gonna keep with my main lead strategy, which is just go Whiscash. If he leads Ludicolo, I'm going to Terra Dragon. He does not lead Ludicolo, he leads Sableye. I'm going to stay as a Water Ground type because I don't want to get Thunder Waved if he has it. I also don't, I don't really need to Terra on that turn, so why go for it? I'm just going to start the first two turns setting up spikes. I don't want to let Urshifu do anything crazy like Swords Dance. So I'm going to switch out. I go to Hydrapple. On this turn, actually, if I was not eject button, I would have got a Giga Drain off for almost 100%. That being said, like the goal is to try to get the kills with Deoxys-Speed, so I'm not too broken up about missing out on a crazy Giga Drain for Hydrapple. I'm going to go straight to Deoxys-Speed. I did a calc, and +2 Aqua Jet in the rain never kills Deoxys-Speed. I was going to say that it was important to note, maybe, I kind of glossed over it on this turn when Urshifu came in. He didn't take the spikes damage, and that's how I know that he's heavy-duty boots, i.e. not choice banned, so I know who lives hits, and not choice scarf, so I know Deoxys outspeeds. Anyway, back to this turn. He's obviously cannot stay in and take a Psycho boost. I am in fact Psychic though, and I hit the Archaludon. I did a little calc on that, and I saw it's not Assault Vest, so Focus Blast should be a guaranteed KO. Now it's risking like a really strong Electro Shot or Draco Meteor back. I live most versions of Archaludon's versions of those attacks, unless he was like choice specs, in which case, yeah, I was actually gooped. But I do hit my focus miss, which you could say is hacks, I guess. And he goes to Sableye. Now he doesn't know if I have a move to hit him. I don't know. He might be assuming that I have like Thunder or Thunderbolt or something in the back. So he might not know that if I have a move to hit him or not. Regardless, Sableye is a pretty free Thunder Wave for him against Deoxys La Superba, and I can't let him hit that, so I go to Whiscash. I was just thinking if he goes for like a knockoff or something, Whiscash's item is not that important. I think it's, what was it, an Expert Belt or something like that. I actually don't even remember. I just made the part where I went over my team. And on turn 8, I get my last layer of spikes. I go to Hades here on Urshifu. My thought is I live a Swords Dance boosted... I'll live a Swords Dance boosted Surging Strikes. And I can knock off the boot so that he can't keep switching around. If he gets to like plus a lot... I could be in really big trouble, because I'm pretty sure like a +6 Aqua Jet would knock out Deoxys. In which case I'd have to like go and play for him to choke if he was gonna go crazy and boost like that. But he did not. He went for close combat, which makes sense because I guess the Whiscash could probably just start clicking whatever move it's got to hit the Urshifu. I maybe would have went for one Swords Dance there if I was him, but maybe you're a little wary of what the Whiscash can do. He actually opts to switch out, and I'm going to knock off, pop the balloon. He's going to keep his boots, which is nice for him, but now he's got no balloon. I could hit him with Earth Power. He actually reveals to be screens, or at least light screen on Tinkaton, so I'm assuming that this is just like an insane dual screen Tinkaton with no light clay for some reason, but I'm going to go ahead and get my Reflect up. I'm more interested in stopping a close combat or an Aqua Jet from Urshifu than stopping the damage of anything else, or like a Tinkaton knockoff slash Gigaton Hammer slash Play Rough, whatever you might have. Don't really care too much about Ludicolo or Pelipper's moves. Tailwind on his Pelipper, which is interesting to note that Urshifu is going to be faster than my Deoxys, even if it's Adamant. He goes for Surging Strikes. I knock off, trying to get a poison and also getting rid of his boots. I'm going to switch to Hydrapple here because behind a Reflect, it's, I think, a roll to 2-hit KO me with close combat, and at this point I'm feeling somewhat confident that his last move is not Ice Punch. So I'm going to stay in and I force the switch. I get Giga Drain off on what seems to be a not very well invested or into Special Defense Pelipper. He Hurricanes. I'm just going to set screens back up because I know that he's going to go to probably Ludicolo. And I go to Deoxys-Speed because I know I don't die to Life Orb, whatever. He actually reveals Leech Seed and Protect. And I try to Psychic him to get the kill because I did not think he would Protect. He gets poisoned down below a quarter and eats his Wiki Berry. I go for a Psychic, and he's got at least some HP investment. And hits me with a Leaf Storm, which is kind of insane. I recover. Pelipper is going to protect. And my Psychic's not going to do anything. Well, obviously, to the protect. At this point, I say, forget it. I'm going to switch to Jirachi. I can get my screens back up. If versus this Ludicolo and versus that Pelipper, if Sableye was not on this team, I could have started Calm Minding there, like on the protects, and been in a pretty good spot. The problem, I guess, is that with Leech Seed chipping me down, Urshifu's Aqua Jet is looking kind of dangerous. But I probably could have found a way to get the sweep off there if it wasn't for Sableye. He's reveals Swords Dance on Tinkaton, which is like Swords Dance with a screen is really insane. I have to go to Whiscash here. It's the only thing that threatens a lot of damage on him with a super effective Earth Power. And then he Terra Fairies and Terra Blasts. I'm actually gonna go over to don't spoil yourself there. Go over to look at the Terra types here. Tinkaton is not allowed to Terra Fairy per the rules here. So, I mean, technically that would be a disqualification. However, I think I'm going to cook, so I didn't say anything. I got a Deoxys-Speed, which guaranteed kills with Psychic now that he's not a Steel type. He goes to Pelly and doubles to Ludi, which I guess is a pretty decent play, because you want to see what the Deoxys is going to do, but you also want to get your Rain up so that Urshifu can deal with the Deoxys, maybe. He's going to go to Sableye, and I was trying to play to get the Sableye poisoned, because that's the only way I know that I can take him out. Well, rather, I guess I could go Terapagos or Hydrapple to do something, but in any case, I definitely wanted that poison on him to put him on a timer. I know he's going to Thunder Wave, so I go to Jirachi because I feel like that's the most expendable, at least to a Thunder Wave, and then I can also try to get my screens back up. So I Reflect, and he knocks off. He's really slow. I guess he's probably no investment. Would still get outsped by Paralyzed Jirachi, but I managed to renew my Reflect. I don't really care about the light screen that much because the only special move he has left on his team is Hurricane from Pelipper. And I've got so many Pokemon that can live that. Like, the only one that's even threatened by it is Hydrapple. I guess Jirachi is now that it's like 19%, but not a big deal. I'm just going to protect here, let him die to the poison. He has not recover on this Sableye, which is really insane. Knock off, Sucker Punch, Thunder Wave, and no recover. I wonder what his last move was. Maybe Willow? Not sure, but I'm going to go to Hydrapple. It's going to super duper eat up whatever hit he goes for. He close combats. I'm going to recover here. So the best play probably is to just Giga Drain and kill the Urshifu, but I'm still trying to play to get Deoxys some kills. So I'm going to try to condition him into close combating there. He actually goes for Aqua Jet. I don't know what Aqua Jet was exactly for. I would think that if you're predicting a switch, you would go for Surging Strikes. If you're trying to hit Hydrapple as hard as possible, you probably like SD or close combat, but he goes for Aqua Jet. Yeah, he switches out because he doesn't want to die. Pelipper's 2-hit KO'd by Psychic though. He goes for a Quick Attack. I don't know what Quick Attack is like for. Maybe there's like a Focus Sash idea on my team somewhere in his head that he needed a Quick Attack to hit. Not sure, but La Superba is gonna clean it up and get 4 kills. This is not my cleanest game. I think I should have probably played more carefully for the Tinkaton. And also, in theory, the Urshifu could have probably done more. Like, my team was quite ill-equipped to deal with a +4, +6 Urshifu. I don't have Clefable, for example. But still managed to work out. Still got a lot of kills on Deoxys, and I won 5-0, so my differential is pretty good. I was not that concerned with getting a 6-0. If I could have gotten it, that would have been really nice, and I think maybe I could have played in a way to get it. But as it stands, I'm fine with that. Yeah, if I have advice for my opponent, don't Terra Fairy the Tinkaton, because you're going to do that against somebody and beat them with it, and then it's going to get pointed out that you're not allowed to Terra Fairy, and then we're going to have to take the win from you, which will suck. And I don't want that to happen, because that would be like really, really lame. But also, the Ludicolo, I wonder if my opponent thinks that Rain Dish is like the superior ability on Ludicolo, because every time it's run like a weirdly defensive set. In my opinion, I think Life Orb Special Attacker, like throwing off modest Giga Drains, Ice Beams, and Hydro Pumps, is the best Ludicolo that there is. I don't know. Maybe like the matchup kind of could call for it in some cases, but like, you know, Hydrapple is gonna completely wall whatever this set is, unless you have Ice Beam as your last move. Additionally, like the Pelipper set's a little funny. Quick Attack, I can't imagine that that's the best move. Like Hurricane and Quick Attack is like walled by Jirachi. What if I had like a stored power boosting Jirachi? Jirachi is naturally faster than Urshifu, so like it just seems to me like there's not a lot of like counter planning around some of my more threatening sets. And this game could have got really out of hand if I was playing with, you know, more conventionally dangerous sets. As it stands, though, this is a fun game for me. It was 42 turns, but it didn't feel too long. And stay tuned for the end of week video where I review everybody else's games. I hope to talk about some of the crazy trades that are bound to happen, since the trade deadline is coming right up.